Hello. We are the food scientists getting ready to record episode 117.
Our salad special.
No, yes.
Our
Caesar
salad special. What?
Oh, no, wait. That
Salad. What? Wait. No.
was-
Enough is wrong in the world. What?
that
No,
was the
no,
April
no.
Fool's episode.
Oh. Is it the Ides of March today?
Yes.
As of recording?
Sure.
Okay.
Beware the Ides of
Ooh,
March.
okay. You know what? I don't think we're going to have anything too awful today. There's enough awfulness in the world that we don't need to spread that to the podcast.
I knew I was forgetting something when we put this episode together.
Oh, shucks.
Brian face.
Shucks.
Well, worst case, we shove your face into a cream pie.
we have plenty.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Yep.
Get that on
Sonia.
standby.
Hello, Corey. Hello, Sonia.
So do we want to start, or do you want to chat more?
I think I'm ready. Now, Danny is he's getting over his stuff, so don't worry about the cough.
Yeah.
And if I cough too, it's sinuses. Don't worry.
Yeah, mine
Don't
too,
worry.
sinus. Or as I call it, Corona Light.
No.
I've been drinking Corona beer.
See?
Mm-hmm. That's good enough. I'm ready to get ready if you're ready to get ready.
Okay.
I just am ready. I don't have to get ready to get ready.
Ooh, you're
I was born ready.
Yeah, I
Oh
saw it.
dear Lord.
Also born this way.
Are you Danny Gaga?
Sort of.
Okay.
I'll channel my
you
inner
can call him
Gaga.
Danny Gaga.
I will channel my inner Gaga this episode.
Danny Nan.
Yeah.
This is the Food Scientist Podcast. I am your host, Amy Zajac. I am here with Brian Pierce
Amy Shark doo 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 doo.
and Danny Sussman.
Born for this podcast.
We will have news and experiences, and then we'll get right into new stuff with the Trollz Oreos.
Troll Oreos. What?
Then we have all sorts of Reese's treats we'll go through. We have the double nutty Nutter Butters and some other things to compare it to. And we're going to end with what was previewed last week, the Hostess Totally Nutty Peanut Butter thing.
I feel like this whole episode is totally nutty.
This is a very peanut butter.
This seems like a Brian
centric-
episode.
It's a very Brian episode.
It's,
Now,
it's the most Brian since
Yeah.
we had
But-
all of the Reese's.
no, all of the snack cakes too. But remember, all the snack cakes, that was not a good time. So today's gonna be better though. Today
Yeah.
will be better.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, I am a bad host. I have no news. I have no experiences. You guys
Amy.
need to
Well,
talk.
time to go sit next to intern Ben.
I mean, I have eaten out, but it was nothing remarkable. And I have eaten in, and it was nothing remarkable. So,
Well, I have some bad news and some good news. Bad news is due to recent events, my company canceled our scheduled pie day at work.
Aw.
Aw.
But we still
Weeby.
at the Food Scientist podcast walked away last week with a whole bunch of pies.
Too many pies.
Yes.
I almost agree with that. I
I-
almost agree with that.
I will just say this. I did the math because I'm that kind of scientist. Brian and I walked away with 45,000 calories of pie.
Each.
No,
Each.
no,
Yeah,
no, no,
oh,
those
no.
combined.
Okay.
22,500
Okay,
calories each.
Yeah, that's a good pie day. That's a
Yeah.
good pie day.
And now I have a fifth of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we each
No,
gave,
you have. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you
we
have a
each
fifth.
gave her.
I forgot you gave her a pie. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Come to my house. I will probably send you home with a French silk pie.
we went to a giveaway where they were giving away pies.
And we each got 5.
Yeah.
5. And you only had one choice, French silk.
Yeah.
So have you heard of French silk pie?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm talking to my because I'm talking to my father last night, and I'm like, I got a
your
French
dad's the
silk
same
pie.
person who asked me if I'd heard of those Cheetos.
That's true, but he's like, what's a French silk pie?
Guys, have you heard of Oreos?
What?
Listen, he legitimately asked me, what is a French silk pie?
How?
And I had to explain it to him, and then he asked his lady, he's like, have you heard? She's like, I don't know, French silk pie. What's and then once he described, she says, oh, I know what that pie is.
Wow, I kind of thought that was just one of the things that people knew, like apple pie, pumpkin pie.
Apparently,
Well, French silk, maybe people think it's full of, clothing.
French. I think it's that I grew up in New York,
Right.
and that's definitely not a cream pie kind of town. There's definitely more fruit pie than cream pie.
Yeah, Amy's showing our YouTube audience right now. They're good-sized pies, too.
Yeah. It's 9 slices per pie, according to the nutrition information, 900 calories per slice.
Most
sorry.
pies are cut into eighths.
Yeah, that one says 9.
But pecan pie is usually 16ths, and then still it's a bazillion
Yeah.
calories.
So so to get it under 500 calories per slice, there's 500 calories per slice, 9 slices per pie. Good luck trying to divide a pie into
I shouldn't
ninths.
just take the lid off and dig in.
You could.
You could.
I mean, it is just.
I
meaner.
actually would take the lid off and put my hands behind my back and bury it into that because you'd get the little chocolate shavings,
Oh,
and then it's just like whipped
stop.
cream goodness.
I challenged you to a pie eating contest, and you said no.
That's
you
true.
were very firmly no. So don't you say I would tie my hands behind my back. and
If
just
I was
dig
going to
in.
just
No.
eat it for one, that's how I would do it. But I wouldn't eat it for one. I would share because I'm a giver. Do we have other news? We do.
We do have, yeah. Do we have other experiences?
Sure. I have an experience, also timely, something we've talked about. This gives you kind of an insight into the psyche in my home. We've talked about the fact that I do not have a Costco membership. I do have a Costco membership card from the past. And I used it to sneak into Costco just to kind of see the chaos. Because there was the news
Were you
about...
going for the pizza?
No, no. I was going to see the crowds descending on like
Bulk
on
goods.
bulk goods because they're hunkering down. And I think I got there late because it was pretty subdued, but also shelves were fairly empty. The guy in the meat department was like, "We got in here this morning. This whole freezer was just empty, so we had to restock everything," which they did. But on my way out, because do it while you still can, I got the hot dog and soda for $1.50 without my membership card.
I mean, with your fake member.
No, well, they don't ask
ID.
for a membership card.
Oh, okay. That hasn't
And-
started yet.
No.
Okay.
Well, it's only in California that they're doing it
That's
as
why I
a
asked about the
trial.
pizza,
That's
too.
right.
Yeah. And so you could sneak in the exit if you don't have a fake card, or tell them you're going to optical, or tell them you're going to the pharmacy, or just like put in earbuds and walk through and pretend you don't hear the guy
Or
screaming
walk
for
next
you.
to someone and act like you're friends or with them.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about, flirting with the bartender. I didn't.
Oh
know.
gosh, that was more you than me. I just descended upon that scene.
Yeah, I ordered a drink called a leprechaun kiss, and boy, did that open Pandora's box.
I believe that bartender all but said, "I'm a leprechaun."
No, she pretty much said that,
Yeah.
and she was older than most leprechauns too.
So you had to
Yeah.
kiss the bartender to get it. That's
No,
the
she
drink.
said no.
She what, rubbed her lips with alcohol?
She said she couldn't because she was working, but that should have been the joke right there. It went on
And then I arrived on the scene, and she's
like
like
5 minutes later, and,
and-
it's still going. And she
she's-
joins in with him too.
and she's like, "You too." Like, I would be happy to. And I was like,
Mhm.
I think it's time we go.
And as we walked away and walked around the other side of the bar, she's still catcalling us basically,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Still got it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Well, just remember where you were and what your competition was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we
said.
We looked around. We're like, "Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense."
Yeah,
I
this is probably
guess.
The best that's
Yeah.
been around these parts in a long time. Says more about these parts than us, probably.
I don't know. The breweries were packed. I had a lot of interaction yesterday.
So,
News. Moving on to news, I guess.
News, I guess, since I have none. Keep talking, guys.
Why don't you do yours news first?
Okay, sure. Well, I want to talk about McDonald's has some changes. They have 2 different kinds of Big Macs. They have a smaller one, which is a junior or a Little Mac. What are they
Yeah.
calling it?
I feel like they've tried this
Little
a
Mac.
few times.
Yeah, and Little Mac, kind of like the Mike Tyson's KO,
Yeah.
the old school
Mhm.
ending. Yeah. And then they have the double Big Mac, which is 4 beef patties. And I think they really missed out there. I think they should have called it a Big Mac Junior and then the Big Mac Daddy. That's just what I think they should have called it.
Would you call it the Mac Daddy or the Daddy Mac?
I would call it the Mac Daddy.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
He's going very
Old school,
Yeah.
old school hip hop. There.
Yeah.
That was all it was for.
Yeah. Like either way, like it would work. It would have been better. McDonald's, you missed out there.
I do need to pause for YouTube for one moment. 'Cause
Oh,
my
yes.
father has arrived in the YouTube,
Yes.
so we need to
We,
show
also,
him
we
what
have
a
a couple of questions.
we need to show him what a French silk pie
Amy.
looks like.
And also the drink I got, the Leprechaun Kiss, that was peppermint schnapps, watermelon schnapps, and lemonade and grenadine. It was citrus colored. I guess I don't remember exactly. It was yellow, green, maybe.
I
Better than it
honestly-
looked.
I honestly I was more invested in running away.
Yeah, I think I was
I didn't
too.
look at
yeah.
the drink.
All
Okay.
right, so
All
that's
right.
McDonald's. You can get a small Big Mac or a large Big Mac.
To
Or a regular Big Mac.
compete
Yeah,
with
or
the
a
Whopper
regular Big
Junior.
Mac. Small, medium, or large Big Mac.
So we could go to McDonald's and play FMK with the Big Macs and figure out what is the right amount of Mac.
Well,
Do you like
I'm
the
gonna
little
Amy.
Mac?
I'm gonna ask you first. Could you eat 4 beef patties?
They're McDonald's beef patties.
That's the question here.
Yeah.
So 4
'Cause
normal
I've heard people
size.
say no. But
4 normal size McDonald's patties.
Yeah.
Like on one
So
bun
look-
or
well, it's a double
yeah.
Big Mac,
Oh,
so it's
probably
like
not.
double.
Probably not.
Danny.
You know what? At this point, there's very little I probably couldn't eat, but I don't think I would.
I don't want to, but I.
It brings me back to
absolutely
that
I
could,
don't
no
think
time.
I
problem.
could.
That time long ago when you had the enormous burger at Flame Burger.
Yeah,
There's a point where there's too much.
I mean, I could still eat after that. It was only what, a half pound?
I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
so how about after 60 nuggets?
No, not after that many nuggets. No, that's a different
Eating
story.
anything, yeah. So my news. So this will lead into our Oreos, but there's a lot of tie-ins to the new Troll World Tour movie coming.
Like you expect licensing and their logo to be on things, but there's a lot of flavors of things too that are
and
coming
on
out.
snacks. So we're gonna get to the Troll Oreos, but also coming are the Troll World Tour Laffy Taffies.
Yeah, special flavors of
Which-
Laffy Taffy.
And yeah, so they have the usual jokes, the usual taffy, but here's the new flavors. Are you ready for this? Pineapple, strawberry cream, dark cherry, orange, apple pie, and coconut.
I mean, other than orange, they all sound actually really good.
I'm kind of terrified because I love coconut, but I hate Laffy Taffy.
I don't
so
think the coconut will be great.
Yeah, I'm like, this might be the coconut thing I don't love. Although I did once have a coconut beer where the bartender, I was like, how is that coconut beer? And the bartender's like, it tastes kind of like suntan oil.
Ooh.
Or suntan lotion.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I love all things coconut. I will try it.
Have you
And
licked
first
suntan
sip-
lotion off yourself?
First sip, I was like,
He-
that bartender
He didn't
knows
answer
what
that. Yeah.
That bartender was like, he knew what he was talking about. Nailed it. It was like suntan lotion. It was.
So you have licked suntan lotion just
I
to
have like
see.
I've applied suntan lotion to my face, and
And then
from that
accidentally.
you can
and Scooby Dooed your
imagine-
face?
you can
Okay.
imagine
Yeah,
what
Scooby Doo with the tongue just.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
so that happens.
No, I mean this for me. I love coconut myself, but part of it is the flavor, part of it is the texture too. It has a unique texture,
Yeah.
which is what a lot of people don't like. But so that I mean, it
Yeah.
could go either way.
But
I
then-
think it'll be fine for me.
Laffy Taffy, I'm very much terrified.
Have we had these before?
Amy's just showing us a picture,
I know-
just
I
not
don't know.
caring about the YouTube audio
I don't
listeners.
wanna-
Anyone?
It's birthday cake
Yeah,
Kit Kat.
I think we even talked about those coming.
Okay. Because otherwise, I was going to have news.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's something that we call around here old news.
Yeah. Oh, I posted it in the past week. That's all.
So, should we move on?
Should we eat?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
eat because we got a
actually-
lot of good stuff
Let's
here.
have like glittery
no.
popping
I'm sorry.
Oreos.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Caroline just said in her chat that she got coconut sparkling water that tasted like suntan lotion.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you as well, Caroline. How do you know what suntan lotion tastes like?
I'm just
Do you
gonna say
also
this.
Scooby Doo your face?
I'm pretty confident that's the coconut LaCroix, which is the current worst
it's
coconut
making me
flavored
cough thinking
thing.
about it.
But coconut LaCroix is much better once you add alcohol to it. I'm just gonna.
Oh
call
yeah,
it.
I mean
true of
pina
many
coladas.
things.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on, that's
true
a
of many
classic.
things.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is terrible, and then you're like, oh no, it's a mixer, and I'm just drinking a mixer straight.
Open the Oreos.
So our friends at Oreos have the new Troll Oreos. There's two kinds.
One's chocolate, one's
no,
golden.
they're not. They're are they?
Yeah.
I've eaten
One's a
these
chocolate
already.
cookie.
I've eaten these already and didn't even
You've
notice
eaten
that.
these?
Yeah.
I
I
what,
cannot wait.
wait. I saved a week. I waited a week. I deprived myself from the Hostess peanut butter snack cakes. And you've already eaten the Troll Oreos? You couldn't hold back from the Trolleos?
They were open in my house, and I feel like we've had these before in other ways, so it wasn't. that
Yeah,
different.
they're nothing completely new.
So representing, and I have to look this up to get his name right. Representing Pop Troll Tiny Diamond is the green package, which is the chocolate Oreo with green cream, glitter, and popping candy.
Glitter. Like glitter, they
in
they
a
realize
good amount of stuff. They're double stuff.
Yeah,
no,
they are.
wait.
These are
I
limited
mean,
edition
any
stuff.
limited edition.
I know, but these are. You can see the two patties.
Yeah.
Wait. Do they not know that glitter is glass? Why do they have glitter in them?
And I'm going to open up also for your comparison the Queen Poppy. And what Queen Poppy represents in the pink package is the golden Oreo with pink cream and glitter. So we basically had these before. These are just a different
Well, we
color.
haven't eaten broken up glass before, to my knowledge.
That's true. They
but-
added the glitter. But if you're looking for the limited edition amount of cream, which, like Amy said, is always 2 patties of cream,
That's true. Yep.
this is your place.
Now the green one's supposed to have the popping candy, right?
They do.
Maybe it's taking a bit.
They definitely have the popping candy. It kind of like if you eat it just right, your whole mouth will kind of like pop. But that's
And the
because I
pink
shove a
is
whole cookie
very
off.
pink.
Yeah. So my personal recommendation is get the green ones because they're different. The
Are they though?
the
I mean, they
pink
have
ones.
the popping candy. I am getting the popping candy now.
but that's different than like a regular Oreo.
It is different.
Where the
Is
pink
it
ones,
necessary though?
well, sure, but the pink ones
Not
are
for me.
just a golden Oreo with more cream,
I'm mashing it
and
up.
that's a waste.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of stuff, but I'm
in our-
mashing it up.
Chat. Corey's asking a very valid question. Shouldn't it be sprinkles? And that's probably what it is. But glitter is more trolly, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's not very sparkly.
If you hear static, that's not actual static. That's just our mouths popping.
And I should add that there are like troll designs on the cookies, but we're monsters and don't even.
That's a
look
lot
at
of
them
stuff
we
when
eat.
you mash it up like I just did.
It looked like a
Yep.
lot of stuff.
Save that for a picture, and I'll eat a regular one the normal way.
There are so many better Oreos you could be getting.
Like I said, these are what we thought they would be.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. When you first sent this message to me, I said, "Well, that's a Oreo if I ever saw one." It's just like literal cash grab.
have,
It's
like,
marketing.
Different things on the cookie, though. One says
Danny
music.
just
I know.
said that.
Did you show the pictures?
Yep, I did.
I was mashing mine up.
Apparently,
Yeah, it's
Music
definitely
is like-
something. If you have kids that love trolls
right? If you're
and
like,
Oreos.
if you can't get your kids to eat Oreos, and
First
you're
of all,
like-
what kind of a parent are you if you can't get your kids to eat Oreos?
and you're like, I really want my child to eat Oreos. Maybe if they were more fun, then you decide, do I want their mouth to feel weird? And in which case, you get the green ones,
Well, this could be
or you're just like, I'm just gonna like ease them into Oreos, and then you go with the pink.
fun to blend into milkshakes and stuff. The different colors, you get tie-dye effect.
Well, that's true. Yeah, with vanilla ice cream, that would be something. It would look different. But then I feel like if I had a reddish, pinkish milkshake or smoothie or something, I'd want it to taste like strawberry or
I
something.
also feel like that would seem like you like ground up trolls into your shake.
Oh, is this troll blood? Am I eating troll blood?
Mhm.
Oh no!
Look up green or pink depending on the troll.
Mm.
It's getting dark. Let's move on.
Yep. Talk about all the Reese's things you have.
So here's another. This is
Oh.
also a news item.
Yeah, tis the season for a lot of Reese's products as well.
So Dollar General exclusive. They're big on the exclusive products because they also have the Dunkin' Donuts mint chocolate coffee drink.
Mm-hmm.
Dollar General exclusive. Look for that on another podcast coming soon because we're not going to have it.
Do you mean a different podcast?
I
Not
don't
us?
even. I don't know which one it is, but it won't be this one.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
You made it sound like we were going to have it. Then you're like, but not.
No. Like someone else's podcast will probably try those, but I don't believe in torturing myself, and I don't think these two would buy that. So
Oh yeah, Amy. You know, when we have Oreos, we should really have milk because water just doesn't. You know.
There's
Yeah.
milk in the fridge. You just got to pour it.
All right.
So, anyways,
Next
at
time I'll
Dollar
know that.
General, they have new Reese's peanut butter cups
Do we want to freeze these?
that are stuffed with Reese's Pieces, but they're the white chocolate peanut butter cup with Reese's Pieces.
Now, what we found out before, white chocolate usually is not, for me, my preferred choice. But with Reese's, it works.
Usually. We'll find out with the
So
pieces.
see what the pieces. So we also have, just as a preview while I crunch on Oreos in everyone's ear, the Reese's Pieces shake and break egg.
Which is just what, chocolate with Reese's Pieces?
I don't
in
know.
it?
We'll find out when we break
Yeah.
it open.
That's gonna make me a little bit mad.
And we'll contrast that. This is the way that we appease Brian when we do things like that, is we have the regular Reese's eggs too. So that's just
Just
an egg with peanut butter. We've had
all
these
the peanut
before.
butter filled in there.
All
Which
right,
are
which
good.
one are we starting with?
Let's start with these.
Let's-
'cause we
okay.
distributed them.
All right, the white chocolate Reese's stuffed with pieces.
Thank you.
So do you think this will be good, Brian?
I think it will be good, but I don't think the
The white
Reese's
chocolate
pieces will add anything to it.
It's thin on top because you can see through it.
It's very thin.
Now there's also, apparently at CVS and maybe others, the Reese's Thins in
Yes, I like Reese's Thins.
in white chocolate as well.
Oh, I've not tried that.
Oh, interesting.
And I think there's another chocolate as well. I didn't get those, but
All right, so you have peanut butter with something that's filled with peanut butter in it. So really, it just gives a little bit of a crisp texture to your white chocolate Reese's. I don't object to that, but I don't really think it adds too much.
I understand why these are only a Dollar General.
There's the white chocolate is so thin on it.
Mm-hmm.
On the
It's
top and
definitely
bottom.
thinner than a regular one.
I mean, the sides are a normal amount, but the top and bottom is very thin.
I think that they made these, and they're like, well, these won't be a hit nationwide, but we've got like a...
oh, I mean, come on. Reese's Pieces are the herpes of the family right now. I mean, they're just everywhere, and you can't get rid of them. They're in everything.
What's weird about that is I usually love Reese's Pieces, but I don't love herpes, and I don't love Reese's Pieces in everything.
Right. See, they made something good and made it something
Isn't it better,
communicable.
though, than Skittlepox?
Yeah, I suppose I wouldn't want
true.
Skittles in my white chocolate Reese's
I
either.
wouldn't want Skittles in anything.
Well, it looks like the same shell as the peanut butter filled ones, but
Yeah, so if you don't like white chocolate, try the Reese's because something's different about it. Just believe me. Usually, it's kind of the texture of the white chocolate. You miss the chocolate itself, but the peanut butter makes it work.
this is a lot of chocolate filled with
So yeah, the shake and
Reese's
break.
Pieces.
The shake and break is definitely bigger than the regular Reese's egg. But
Oh, yeah, but
you can tell when you shake it.
wait, I opened the wrong thing.
The peanut butter one.
It's like mine stopped
Yeah,
shaking.
when
Those are like full-size Reese's Pieces in there, in a thick chocolate shell.
So how do you eat this?
I think there's only one way because I don't want to just open it and eat the chocolate separate. I think it has to be bite-sized.
Oh, that's a scary thing that you just did. Brian
What?
just shoved the entire egg in his mouth.
Well,
I bit the top off of mine, and it is. It's just a little package of Reese's Pieces.
the egg is just a cup for the Reese's Pieces.
How did that work out for you? Oh, you can't talk. 'cause
Best
you're-
possible scenario, I guess. I mean,
I'm just eating the Reese's Pieces out of it.
I really can't taste the peanut butter.
It's a thick chocolate egg, is what I keep saying.
The chocolate's pretty good. Better than I would have expected.
It's fine. But when I want a Reese's product, I want a Reese's product.
You'd rather have this egg.
I will say, at least this is legal, because you have the Kinder Surprise,
Right.
which has a thing inside of it, which you get.
Which is
fined.
not edible and
Right.
therefore illegal.
Right, you can put things in an egg like this as long as it's edible.
And before you eat it, it's a nice little maraca, too. So I guess it's got that going for it.
Shake and break, or you just did the shake and consume.
Yeah, it was the only way to fly right there. Now we have the classic Reese's egg, which is completely filled. And I think these two, they're just,
Mine has an air pocket in the middle.
oh, it
but
does have an air pocket, I suppose.
Not very big.
Yeah. It's a decent amount of peanut butter, though.
Mine's going to crack
Um,
vertically.
These also just need to be bite-sized, I think.
Mine cracked vertically.
Yeah, that's how they put it together.
Mm.
That's where the seam is, Amy.
Yeah,
they do
bite-sized. Bite-sized is the way to go.
Better.
That's pretty good.
Still not as good as a Reese's egg. You know the ones I'm talking, like the classic longer oval.
Right, there's
the
a lot
ones
of
that fit in a package like this.
Right.
right. There's a lot of things that they call eggs,
Mm-hmm.
which is very confusing this time of year because this is Easter time is like Reese's Christmas. They just make every shape, every size.
Yep.
They kind of Oreo things out and slap their name on everything.
Yep. So the Reese's egg, the classic one, has more peanut butter. So if you want more chocolate, get the one that's shaped like an actual egg.
Or, just buy chocolate.
just eat chocolate alone. So
If
get
you-
those Reese's with no peanut
If
butter.
you
That's
want
what Amy's
chocolate,
saying.
eat chocolate. If you want peanut butter, go for.
Yeah.
I'll follow that eventually.
Maybe
I'm just
we'll
gonna move on.
listen a few times.
Yeah,
and-
I'll just rewind it and be like,
I'm
okay,
saying if you want chocolate,
I
don't
got
eat
it.
peanut butter. Eat chocolate.
I'll get it. Don't worry. So now this is how my evil brain works.
Mhm.
Is the new double nutty Nutter Butters are out.
Yes.
And I knew that Bryan would be excited about them.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to break his brain.
Oh no.
And we know when we have 3 of something, we play FMK.
Okay. Are we
And,
going?
and we're not going to do that with the Reese's.
Okay.
Right.
That's kind of actually too easy because
Yeah.
one of
Right.
them is clearly inferior.
right.
of them is
We'd
clearly
all
the
have
best. Yeah.
we'd all have the same answer.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like someone would be a glutton for punishment, but the person who didn't kill the shake and break and the person who didn't marry the original egg would be a liar. So
True.
we know how you feel about peanut butter, Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the double nutty Nutter Butters. We also have regular Nutter Butters
Yeah.
and fudge covered Nutter
Mhm.
Butters, and we're gonna eat all of them.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to kill one of them.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I did not sign up for this. I did not. Maybe one of them's poisoned, and I'll be the one that dies this week.
We'll have the regular first.
So we'll do a build.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the family size, or Bryan size, as I call them.
Is this a single serving?
Is that box bite size? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying for you, is it a single serving? Not
I mean,
bite size.
it
But
could be if you put your mind to it.
I'm gonna open it so slowly, Bryan.
That's
You're
fine.
never gonna get to them.
We're gonna start with the double nutties then.
Nope. You're not starting with the double nutties.
I mean, I've had peanut butter today. It's not like I'm one of Pavlov's dogs.
You know, I don't
This
think
is
I've
what
ever.
I want milk for.
I don't
now.
think I've ever had a whole Nutter Butter before.
Really.
Yeah, I've just never been my scene.
You know what? They're not as commonly found places,
Yeah,
which is kind of surprising
I've had
because
the
they're
fudge
good.
covered
They're
Nutter
good cookie.
Butters. I didn't even know they were peanut shaped until just now.
What?
There are the minis that are round, or the single serving ones. Yeah, the fudge covered ones as well. They're round. If you give blood and they have little packs of cookies, those are also round.
And they
small,
do have now fudge covered minis as well, I believe.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
These are good dunked in milk too.
They would be, or dunked in chocolate.
This is currently the leading candidate to be killed.
You know, they're classic, but yeah, you know, Danny, they're nothing special, but they're solid. They're good.
You know, I think clarified my feelings on this is on the package. It says the peanut butter lover's cookie. I'm not a peanut butter lover. This is not my cookie.
They're made
well, there
with
you
real
go.
peanut butter.
Well, the fact that they have to advertise that means that somebody had doubt.
Or it means a lot of places would not.
Let's go for the double.
Have it enlarged to show detail. These feel heavier, even though the package is smaller.
I think it's
It's all the peanut
interesting that they say double and not just, like, is that truly double or is it like Oreo double stuff that really isn't double?
Well, we can find out.
Yes.
And what's interesting, Amy, is that one's actually like a half an ounce lighter of a package.
And it's still Bryan sized or family sized, whatever you want to.
I don't know if that's double, guys.
There's definitely more.
Well,
Like you can see a gap.
here they are side by side.
And yeah, Amy will post pictures on
Yeah.
social media for those of you who are not in our YouTube. I mean, you definitely can see a difference. Is it double? Let's find out. Ooh. Biting into it, there's definitely a difference.
I don't taste it.
I honestly don't really see much of a difference. It
Have you
just goes
bitten
to
into
the
it yet?
edges more.
Because biting into it, like the texture is really different. The peanut butter lover here in the room supports this.
I think we have
Big
a new
time.
leading candidate to be killed.
I think
Wow.
there's a little bit more peanut butter, but it's not double.
Yeah, I don't know if it's double, but there's.
But they don't say double peanut butter. It just says double nutty.
Oh.
It does say no.
Well,
It does
it
say
no, it says
2
2x.
times 2x smooth
Mm-hmm.
peanut butter cream, and then there's an asterisk. I don't know what that asterisk.
Not
means
real
to.
cream.
It's a just kidding, probably. I don't know.
They're like, it says, let me find the asterisk. It says, "Oh, on opposite day." If you're ready to move on to the fudge covered, they are open.
So yeah, the fudge covered is just 2 cookies with the layer and
Oh, the asterisk does say made with double the amount of peanut butter cream compared to family size Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookies.
I do buy that. I buy that.
So it is double the peanut butter cream, according to the package, and they took the legal risk. Now the fudge
The
covered,
fudge.
It does feel heavier than the regular cookie.
the fudge covered is round.
I'm just so happy.
That's a cookie.
That is a cookie right there.
That's
you
a
got
cookie.
chocolate, you got cookie, you got peanut butter. Mm. Mm.
So you love Nutter Butters,
Peanutty.
I
peanut
like them a
buttery.
lot.
but you won't commit to love.
I mean, I guess if I'm gonna marry one, I'm gonna have to fake it at least. But
But so there's no love. Do you love Oreos?
yeah,
Okay. So Nutter Butters stand below Oreos.
yeah, they're below. I think there's love there, though. I do think there's love.
But you had to think about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that does say something, doesn't it?
It does say something. It actually kind of makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Because if you were like, I love these, I would be like, who are you?
I mean, here's the thing. I would want to crush these up in my sugar salad where I already have put peanut butter and chocolate chips. And I'm referring to the classic OG Nutter Butter.
I will say I love this will be a spoiler. Or I'll just go first. I do love the fudge covered.
Okay.
If you love it, why don't you marry it?
I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to marry the fudge covered Nutter Butter. That's just good. I could plow through this. I once bought a box of these into work. They were gone in faster than anything I've ever brought in. People were just like, "Oh my god, I've never had these. These are amazing," and then just plowed through the package. Also, it's Girl Scout cookie packaging, so there's like a box with 4 cookies.
Yeah.
It's so small.
All that
way
all
too
that they need
small.
to do to make this equivalent to a Girl Scout cookie is to crank up the price to $5 for like 5 cookies.
Oh, I thought Brian was taking these out to just put a bunch in his mouth.
He might.
I might, don't put it past me.
I'm gonna frolic with the original.
I'm shocked.
It's original. It's maybe it's because I've just after that experience with the leprechaun kiss, I'm suddenly craving something older, but
Older?
Oh, a lot older.
a lot older.
Mm-hmm.
And these have been
I thought you
around.
meant older than the leprechaun. I get it.
No, older. It's been around a long time.
Did
And,
they taste a little musty to you?
I'm not going there.
Oh,
I'm just saying I'm frolic with it, and I'm gonna kill the double nutties. The more peanut butter did not help them for me. But I'm not a person who would just eat a spoonful of peanut butter. Like, I'm not a peanut butter lover.
I
This is
can't.
not my
I can't do
cookie.
just a spoonful of peanut butter either.
So it was too much peanut butter, even though it wasn't a lot more peanut butter. It just as I was eating it, I was like, I need a drink.
I'm just going to ask our chat right now, or anyone who's listening, you can comment anywhere, but did any of you just eat spoonfuls of peanut butter?
A lot of people did.
wondering.
I tried it. I just never liked it that much.
And it's good protein, right?
Yeah. But I think we need to let Brian savor all these cookies more,
So
and I'll go
there
next.
you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Because my host will show. I'm going to marry the double nutty. Because even though I wouldn't do just a spoonful of peanut butter, there's the cookie here that balances it out. And it's peanut butter cream. It's not just peanut butter, which I like. I just don't eat by the spoonful. I liked the extra cream, even though I don't know that it's double, even though it says it's double. But there's more. And it seems a little softer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm marrying that, which means I'm going to frolic with the fudge covered. Because it's good. It's really good. But, it was melting in my hands. I don't want something to melt in my hands.
That's fair.
Which leaves killing the original, because that's what's left. And it's a pale shadow of the double nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Though if somehow it got resurrected, I would probably still eat it. But,
Yeah.
Put milk on it. It's good.
I would like to take any of these and just put them in a peanut butter sandwich. They would work. It would work. It would
What
work.
does put jelly on some of these?
Yeah, that could definitely also work with
Yeah.
any of these cookies. But, okay. So I am going to kill the original. Not because I want to, but when you have your choices here, that one just pales by far in comparison. I am going to frolic with the double because there is more to love there. You know, it's kind of
like it?
juicy. It's a little
You like-
thick. You know, it's
Right,
like
yeah.
yeah.
Chunky.
Let's see, chunky.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Got the
yeah.
big old boots.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Drops down.
Yep.
And yeah, yeah.
You know, yeah, it's
Looking
got all
at
the
you.
nuts that you, yeah. Yeah, you can just frolic all night long. I mean, you put it in your mouth and it's just, it's
We
soft,
were on
but
Bruno
that's fine.
Mars, and now you're at Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
All night long.
Hello. Yeah, so, I mean, they're good. I don't know what's wrong with the both of you. I'm just going to say that because these were amazing compared to the original. The amount of cream, it made the cookie so much softer, and there was just so much more flavor with it.
I
will say
married
this.
it.
I did set the two side by side here. I think the doubles cookie might actually be bigger too.
I think it is.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah.
The cream, it's more cream, but it's just not thicker cream. It's spread wider.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and
it
on a
was more
bigger
the
cookie.
edges.
And I don't know if it's because there's more, but it does feel smoother
Yeah.
too. Yeah, sometimes cream in cookies is a little, for lack of a better word, chalky. But yeah, I did not have that here. It was, I mean, obviously not being fooled that's actual peanut butter, but you know, still it was fine. And I would marry it, but then when I say there's more to love, yes, there's more to love when you add chocolate to the mix. You know, then you really shake things up. And I know Sony in our chat will agree. You know, when you get chocolate in the mix, that's your jam right there. To go with the jelly.
I personally agree with Corey on this. Who would rather just make
Just have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, like I said, the chocolate, the peanut
Forgot
butter,
about
the
wafers.
cookie.
The wafers are good too.
Yeah, you know, the fudge covered Nutter Bars. Now I really want to try the mini fudge covered ones, but yeah,
Well, good thing we have more episodes, Brian.
yeah.
Okay. We have more peanut butter, Brian.
I know. Oh, you know what? You might think that I'm sick of peanut butter. Not one bit. It is our peanut butter spectacular here today. So, bring it on. Bring it on.
Okay, Danny, they're in front of you.
These are what I referred to last week. The new Hostess, totally nutty snack cakes.
I'm not convinced that these are new. It says new ingredient. They got rid of an allergen. I think
Yeah,
they're
well,
just rare.
You know, and maybe because they're a new recipe, they're more widespread. Because I've never seen them before.
Because Little Debbie makes a thing like this too, right?
Well, yes. Little Debbie has nutty bars or nutty buddies, depending on where you're at in the world. And these look a lot like Nutty Buddies, but they are not only fudge-covered peanut butter wafers, but they also have a peanut butter swirl on them.
They're pretty lightweight because they are wafer cookies.
It's making a little V there. It's
Yeah, they didn't get all the chocolate on the bottom of this.
Yeah.
It almost looks like the Nike swoosh.
It is heavier by 3 ounces than the Little Debbie Nutty Bar.
Oh, yeah, I do love a wafer cookie.
I think there's an extra layer of wafer in these.
Yeah, these are pretty thick.
Mm-hmm.
Those are a
No,
lot
I
of
don't
wafer
know.
cookies.
Yeah, I don't know if it needs an extra wafer.
I will plow through all wafer cookies. These are no different.
Oh yes, your Vortman's fetish. Yeah.
These don't compare to Vortman's though.
No, they don't. They don't. I
I
mean,
mean, they compare, just not favorably.
They're very wafery.
it's a snack cake that's been sitting on a shelf for who knows how long because they keep.
Is this a cake?
No, it's not cake. It's a wafer.
You just called it a snack cake.
You did.
Well, it's in the snack cake family.
But is it? But it's not a family. So what member of the family is not a cake? In the snack cake family, this is the one that's not a cake. Is this like, I'm like, how does that work?
I mean, you know,
Is this like?
maybe it's adopted, but I'm
Right.
not here to judge.
I wasn't gonna say adopted, but like, sometimes
I'm
we're like,
just saying if it looks differently, that's fine. You know,
like
sometimes
maybe
for
something-
whatever reason,
I'm kind of disappointed.
I'm not going to
in
get
it.
in their business.
something happened when mom was young and we don't really. Talk
I mean,
about
maybe
it.
Dad was on vacation. I don't
Right,
know.
yeah.
And the milkman stopped by.
Right.
And it's like, I got a
And-
snack for you.
But we're like, we'll take
I
you into
don't
the
know,
family
but
anyway.
You know what? That's none of our business.
But we still like you.
We do like,
We
yeah,
like you.
we
I
do
mean,
like you.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a cake.
No, it's not a cake.
I'm kind of disappointed in it.
I'm slightly disappointed just because it does have more wafer. Yeah, let's do a little science here, like Linda's referring to. Like when you add the wafer to the equation, the overall experience does not go up exponentially.
Remove a wafer, add more peanut butter.
You know what I would actually do? It's not so much the weight. What I would do is this. is I would shrink this down to Vortman size. It's just too big. Like wafer cookies should be half the size.
The wafer part itself is big. The individual.
Right. This is like you took a wafer cookie and gave it steroids. The wafer is thicker, the filling is more, the cut is bigger.
See, for people on YouTube, I tore it apart, and you can't even tell which side has the peanut butter in it. It's this one here.
For people not on YouTube, we're sorry that you have to even think about these things.
Yeah, this is definitely something that I would spread peanut butter on, but let's be honest, I would do that with any of these products.
A better question, which of these would you put jelly on?
It would work. I don't think I would, though. Because for me, if I'm gonna eat jelly, it's gonna be when I'm in a restaurant and they have those little packets. I'm just gonna straight up do it.
Which I have seen Bryan do.
Mm-hmm. And yesterday you saw me do peanut butter and jelly at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Took a peanut butter packet and a jelly packet.
Yep. I got skills.
He has skills or
Something.
was worried about diabetic shock. One of the two.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
sure it was done.
It had run its course.
Yes, most
It
likely.
was a scientific analysis of a mediocre, not a snack cake.
These definitely need more peanut butter. For something that calls itself totally nutty, it's like partially nutty at best.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
It's chocolatey and wafery and a little bit of peanut buttery.
And it's mostly wafer.
So you know what this reminds me of? It's not totally nutty, but it is. There's a cartoon character called Screwball Squirrel.
And it really doesn't look like their picture.
So Screwball Squirrel, back in the late 90s, the Cartoon Network on April Fool's Day did this bit where they did one episode of Screwball Squirrel. It was called Happy Go Nutty. And they played that same episode over and over again all day. But they took their regular commercial breaks and had their regular promos of like, coming up next, Space Ghost. And then next, it would just be the same cartoon again. And they did that all day, which to me made the cartoon funnier and funnier as the day went on. This is kind of
How long did you watch it?
A long time. Because you're like, well, this has to be the end, right? You're like they can't do this for like 24 hours, can they? And you're just like, well, they did that for like, from like 9 till it wasn't, I caught it midday. And you're like, well, this has to be the last one. They're not going to do that again. And then they did. And it was just like all day. We have a mutual friend who worked at Cartoon Network in that era. And I talked to her about it once. And she was just thrilled that I remembered it. Because they got in some trouble for it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But recapping, getting back to stick with the Little Debbie Nutty Buddies.
This is like
So
too
much
much
better.
Screwball
Or just,
Squirrel.
have Nutter Butters.
Don't
Or
have Nutter
peanut butter
Butters.
cups or peanut butter eggs or peanut butter.
Just not the shake and bake, whatever. The shake and
Shake and
break.
break.
I helped. The shake and break Reese's Pieces, waste of time.
Yeah. Don't expect
was- that
don't
was
expect
Amy's
peanut
for
butter out of
pictures.
there.
That was the one Amy was going to use for pictures. and
Nope,
now,
it's gone. I threw it away.
Now, if we had the
Yep.
shattering glass sound effect, you would have heard
Mhm,
it.
She can add it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure Studio Cat doesn't get it.
It bounced back.
Okay, shall we? Well, I'll wait for Danny to sit back up. I was going to say, shall we say our goodbyes and end the podcast?
Our goodbyes.
Our
and
goodbyes,
end
usually you're
past
just like,
and
we're
the
done.
podcast.
Bye. Turn the car around. Going home.
You always say goodbye, though.
Oh,
Goodbye,
okay, bye,
though.
everyone.
Thanks
Have a
for
great week.
listening.
And you too, thank you for being here with us as well.
Yes, thank you
Sorry
so
we
much.
don't have Brian face.
I mean, they got happy Brian face. That's
Yeah,
that's
I think
okay.
this is one of the happiest
I
Brian
can-
has been in
I
one
can
of
make.
these.
I can.
You know what? We need to be spreading joy right now and be looking out for each other.
I can
in
make
these
Brian
times.
face happen. I was using the slot finder, and Heidi and Hannah
For-
is gone from Mystic.
No, it's not. Don't
it's
even
not.
try. No,
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 it's
no, no,
not.
no,
It's
no.
not. But I knew I would
No.
get Brian face, and I did for like a second.
No. You made me think, but no, they just moved it, and I had that panic attack,
He
and
did,
Amy saw
yeah.
it. I was not even playing right there. I was
He
concerned
was like, "Where's Heidi and Hannah?" I was like, "Weren't they over there?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay."
because I'm like just like pointing speechless at where they were, and she's like, "Oh, what? I'm like,
I'm the
Brian,
best at
I
poking
heard-
the bear.
I heard-
that was amazing. That I just made one lie and just set you off on a rant.
because it almost happened recently."
They're gonna replace it with a version for the women.
I'm
That's-
so
that's
happy right
young
now.
Hans.
What's wrong with Hans as it is? I didn't know that
Yeah.
you were a cougar
Well,
suddenly.
all of a sudden, like, you know what? Maybe
Not that young.
maybe it's called Hans your daddy.
Oh God.
Daddy Hans. It's like the Daddy Mac.
Papa Hans. Yeah.
Pops to Hans.
Okay. On that note, thanks for tuning in and watching.
Yes. And you know what?
We are not going to slice the pie. How much pie did you have yesterday,
Oh
Bryan?
gosh, I only had one slice.
I did too. It's a lot of
Amy,
pie.
some people maybe come in like show the pies. Vanna White the pies.
So you're going to see one of
Oh
them.
wait, Amy Zajac and Vanna White.
Yeah, and we had 10 of these.
Wait,
Between
which side
Bryan
and
have
Danny.
we matched up? Let me.
And Danny got a text from his wife saying, "You are not bringing those home," and he's like, "Yes, I am." And he did.
They sat on my front step for a while, to be
Did
honest,
they?
because they weren't really allowed in the house.
Oh no! As long as you were allowed in the house.
This worked out great for me. I went and drank beer. They went and gambled and got pie. Then I got free pie because I went and drank beer.
Yeah, see, we went to a casino that was about an hour north, so we knew that it was kind of in the middle of nowhere, that it was someplace safer to be, no confirmed.
It was a very sad
things.
place. You know what? It's not very often that this happens. I mean, there's a lot of problem gamblers.
Mm-hmm.
That a woman comes up to me and she's
Oh.
like, "Excuse me, sir. Do you have a buck?" And I was like, just my instinct comes in. I'm like, "Nope, sorry, I don't." And she's like, "I'm just trying to get at my free play because at this casino you have to put the money in the machine, activate the
For
free
it to
play,
trigger, and then you win.
It
your free play
reimburses
back,
you
and
after the
It's
the
kind of
spin."
annoying, but whatever.
And she's like, "Do you have a dollar I could have so I'm trying to get at my free play?" And I wanted to walk her over to the ATM and be like, "We're not going to this to get money. We're going to this to get the brochure on this side."
And then you want to say to her,
I was gonna
"Has
ask-
the fun stopped?"
Yeah, before I answer, I have a question. Has the fun stopped?
Yeah, but no, we did feel safe from getting any viruses until that bartender started.
Yeah,
Hitting
but
on
the
us.
good thing is we're not going to get COVID-19.
Yeah, it's something completely
No,
different.
it'll be something far less treatable.
Just make sure to wash your hands a lot and don't touch your
and
face.
other things.
Yeah.
And don't touch your face.
Oh
as
yeah.
as Danny touches his face.
So like yesterday, I kind of I don't know if I kind of panicked, but I was like, I'm not touching the buttons to like do advantage play to like hit the buttons to see if someone left something. But Danny's like all over, like, oh, I'm getting all of them.
What was funny is they actually had people wearing fluorescent green T-shirts whose sole job was to clean the machines.
Yeah.
Like they had their uniforms on, and then over it they had like a fluorescent green shirt that was like, "Hey, notice me because
Right.
I'm doing cleaning."
That's performative cleanliness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was definitely cleanliness theater.
I just
'Cause
hope
they
this.
used the same rag on every machine.
I hope this encourages casino patrons and everywhere. Wash your hands, especially after you use the bathroom, because that never happens in the casinos. And it's like
There's also like amazingly never like a Purell or a hand washing station.
And they
outside-
finally put
outside
those
the
in the ones
buffets
that we
in the
went.
restaurant.
Oh, we forgot to say the buffet was closed. I guess that's not too surprising.
Actually, if you want to go into
I think all buffets are
if you
closed.
want
More
to
or
go into
less.
casino news, amazingly, MGM in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yep.
put out a press release of which dining venues are open,
Mm-hmm.
and it is down to like 2 to 3 per casino. Everything else is closed on their properties. We were just going through that list. I have it in front
Yeah.
of me. It's crazy.
Anyway,
I'm not going to read it.
yeah, people can look it up if they want to know. But yeah, just look out for each other. Take this time to enjoy each other, love each other.
And in 9 months,
and be
name your
safe.
child after someone in the
Mhm.
podcast.
Yeah, 2 careers that are safe right now: OBGYNs and divorce lawyers. With everyone
Also,
who's quarantined.
Funeral directors.
Danny,
That's always safe.
Danny,
People are always dying.
Danny,
I'm just saying, like, you're not going to get into
Amy, help us.
If
And
you got into that now, like, it takes years of study. Like, you wouldn't benefit from this.
help.
Look for the baby boom this December.
9 months from now.
Yep.
Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for hanging out with
Bye-bye.
us. Bye.